Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Before we get into the video, I want to give a huge shout out to our first giveaway winner. Ta-da! Congratulations to you. I will be contacting you, but make sure to contact me back or else I will be giving your giveaway box to someone else. If you didn't win this giveaway, we have 3 more giveaways that you could win. And don't forget, you have a chance of winning a laptop as well as a bunch of other goodies. And of course guys, to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is like this video, share this video, and comment down below the first genre of music you ever fell in love with. A lot of you guys have been asking me,
Veronica, how have you been dealing with all this craziness?
And one thing that really helps me get through any type of situation is always music. And the first genre of music I ever fell in love with was house music. So let me know down below the first genre of music you ever fell in love with and why. And of course, you'll automatically be entered into the MacBook / ramen box giveaway. So yes, good luck to you. But yeah, I absolutely love pasta and pizza, and I've never actually shown you guys a pizza recipe before, so that's what we're gonna be doing today. This is definitely my go-to pizza recipe. So yeah, let's just get right into the ingredients. You're gonna need some dough. I just picked some up from the grocery store. It was about $1, so you can do that as well, or you can make some, whatever is most convenient for you. Some Parmigiano Reggiano, my favorite type of cheese. Sorry, it smells so good. And we're actually gonna mix this in with some mozzarella cheese. And here's our mozzarella. And of course some prosciutto. This has been my favorite prosciutto to use so far for pizza. Some canned tomatoes, olive oil, lemon, dried oregano, arugula, cornmeal, anchovy, garlic, and of course some white wine. Alcohol has not been my best friend.
I drink sometimes and usually it's a disaster. I'm just gonna cook my stuff out and leave it at that. Anything else clearly does not work for me. But yes, you're also gonna need some wine.
And you guys know me, I'm probably missing something, so I'll either leave in this description or you're just gonna have to see what I missed while I'm cooking it. So yeah, other than that, let's just get into cooking. I'm super hungry and I'm really excited to be showing you guys this recipe. It is my favorite. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna need is of course a pan. Now for the dough, what I do is I just lightly tap both sides in some flour. We're just gonna knead this out. So what I start by doing is I just sort of try to get the shape that I'm looking for by just pressing it out. Okay. And then I try to create a crust area. So what I do is I just go like this. Okay, now guys, I have some garlic here and I have my anchovies. I'm just gonna grab 1 or 2. One to here. Anchovies. And then garlic. Some oregano. Some dough. Add some more olive oil. Yeah, so I actually use the corn meal just for the bottom of the pan so it doesn't stick. And if you don't have like a block of Parmigiano Reggiano, you can always just take some of this type of Parmesan and just sprinkle it on right before it goes in the oven, and it'll still give you that flavor you're sort of looking for. So I've just put the pizza at the bottom, and then once this cooks a little bit, and I'm gonna move it to this rack and then put the cheese on it just to make sure it gets cooked really well, because I don't have the best oven. So these are kind of the steps I take just to guarantee that it's gonna get a good cook. Okay, now for the cheese, we're gonna do a full piece of mozzarella. I'm gonna take a piece of Parmesan cheese and just grate that. For the arugula, we're just gonna add some lemon, some salt, some fresh cracked pepper, and some olive oil. And I also have the extra sauce that we made, and I'm gonna use that to dip the crust in. Hey guys, so here we have the pizza. I have the leftover sauce I'm using as like a dipping sauce, the marinara. And then here I have my arugula. I also have some ranch dipping sauce here. Okay, let's just dig right in. Ooh. Ooh, it's not melty. It's not as melty as it should. Oh, okay. That did not break off at all. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Especially with the cornmeal at the bottom. It has such a nice texture. Sorry, I need to get a new chair. It's like super squeaky and annoying. Okay, now what I love to do, truly, I had a fail video earlier. I put my camera stopped, so I had to actually make like a whole new pizza, and the cheese was like stretching a lot better. I'm kind of sad, but that's okay. So with the arugula over here, actually first what I'm gonna do is take some pancetta, or not pancetta, some prosciutto. And I love just putting it on top of my pizza slice. Actually, a lot of the time when I go out to order pizza, this is the type of pizza I order, with some arugula and some prosciutto. My favorite. Nom, nom. So actually, I have a really funny story about this pizza. It's kind of funny, but also kind of sad. But this is the thing, guys, like anything that bad happens to me, I try not to dwell on it because when I was a child, all the shiz my mom would do to me, I dwelled on it every day. I would cry every day, and I'd always ask God, why me? You know that saying where it's like, ask why me, say try me, literally. So sorry, Arya's like over there. So yeah, so you know, just a lot has happened, and I used to always just like ask why me, why me, why me, and then I mean I still do here and there, like I'm human, but for the most part I'm just like, all right, like there's something to learn from this. What is it, you know? In like a video I just did with Asha and Kayla, they kind of like interviewed me about my life, and I actually asked them to take out, which is like kind of like the sad part of the story of this pizza. So I actually asked them to take a part out of the video where I talk about, in like a point in my life, I dated this really abusive guy, and I was just in a super abusive relationship, and I asked them to take that part out of the video because I just wasn't prepared to talk about it at that moment. That was like just in the middle of everything happening on YouTube, and I just didn't want to like I mentioned it, but I just asked them to take it out because I didn't really want to talk about it. But that point in my life actually has a lot to do with this pizza, oddly. Which is cheese. I should have melted a little bit more, sorry about that. So I've loved cooking my entire life, so I've always like kind of like ventured into cooking and like wanted to cook. So I was in this like really abusive relationship with this guy, and it was around the same time that I wanted to DJ. Now, I've always been friends with guys and girls my entire life. A lot of guys too, a lot of girls, but and like whenever I dated someone, I would always let them know like I'm friends with guys and girls. It is what it is. Like I'm not gonna ditch one of my really, like even now, one of my really close friends, Pedram, some of you know him. Like we've been friends since I was like 16. Like I would never let that relationship go, you know, just because he's a guy. That doesn't make any sense. So, but this guy that I was dating at the time, he didn't like that I was friends with men. He really hated it, and he hated that I DJ too. He would like always tell me that I sucked, and like you guys know how it, well, some of you will know how it is if you've ever been in an abusive relationship. They don't want you around your friends, they don't want you around your family. They make everyone seem like they're the enemy and you shouldn't be around them, and they're like not any good for you, and they just like kind of keep you away from everyone, and they just like F with your brain, right? So this guy actually ended up making me sell all my DJ equipment for like pennies to the dollar in the end, which that's a different story. But before I even sold any of my equipment, I was doing really good. I was learning how to like baby scratch and crab scratch, which are like the two first scratches if you want to be like a vinyl DJ. Those are like the type of scratches that you're gonna first start out with, right? Kind of like gets you ready for the next level. And so one night, like the guy that I was dating would break up with me to cheat on me. Like he was one of those type of guys, like make up a fight just to break up, and then like would be all sad and like trying to make me come back, and then I would go back, and then he would just like again treat me like shit, made me feel like I needed him, just stupid stuff. Like But yeah, so this was like a point where like I broke up with him, and I was like, you know what, like now that we're broken up, like I'm gonna contact some of my friends. Like I don't care if they're guys, like I'm just gonna contact my friends and like be Veronica and like not let this guy control me. So I contacted my DJ friend. He came over to like teach me how to DJ, and I made him pizza. So this is where like the pizza comes in. But yeah, so I was like so proud of this, like, oh sorry, my computer's on. But I was like so proud of this recipe. I was like really pumped. I was like, just came up with the best recipe. He's gonna love it, because my ex liked cooking too, and like he always would try to like compete with me in a really like unhealthy way, and I was just like, bruh, like you're supposed to be my boyfriend. Like that's another sign. Like if they don't want the best for you and they're trying to compete with you and they act like they're better, like sign right there, there's something wrong, you know? But you don't know it, right? Like I guess you kind of have to like go through it to like know, you know? But learn from me. But yeah, so, and this is the thing too, like I feel like I had like such bad taste in men at one point in my life. Like obviously I didn't know what a healthy relationship was, because I grew up not seeing any healthy relationships, you know, because you guys know how my mom is like very sick, and like she couldn't even really tell what a healthy relationship was. So like kind of like rubbed off on me, you know, unfortunately. But yeah, so, but I grew out of that. Actually it was after that relationship where I realized I needed to like change my taste in men and like the type of relationships I was making. So, and I actually met Arya shortly after that. But yeah, anyway, so but yeah, so I made him this pizza, and I was so proud of it. And not to mention that this guy is like a foodie. He knows like some of the best places to eat in Toronto. Like he knows like the little holes in the wall that have like bomb ass food. Like he is a foodie and he really knows his shit. So I was like, haha, like my pizza's great, like he's gonna love it. No, did not happen. And that's the thing with food, guys. You're never gonna get it. I mean, if you do get it the first time, great. But for majority of the time, like you're never gonna nail the dish the first time. Or you might nail a dish the first time, and then the next like 4 times it sucks, you know? Well, this was like my 3rd, 4th time, speaking from experience, making this pizza. And I thought it was ready. Like I thought it was great. I thought this was the one, you know, he was gonna love it. It was like one thing I always do with my friends is I always want them to try my cooking. Like I always make them something to eat, you know? I'm just like, that Friday, I'm like, let's like go in my fridge and let me make you some food. Everyone's like, oh, V, like, you're so domesticated. I'm just like, but yeah, you know, joking, obviously, kind of, but not really. Like, a lot of my friends were like, you're so domesticated. Like, look at you, wifey. But yeah, so I made him this pizza, and I was so proud. I'm like waiting, staring at him to take a bite, you know, and just for him to look at me and be like, this is so good. No, the man like spat it out because the dough wasn't like, it wasn't cooked all the way through. The pizza was freaking raw, my friend, raw. And he's a foodie, so I was like super embarrassed. But yeah, like super embarrassing. Oh my god. Oh, I hate that sound. I can't believe that. I'm just saying, like, talking about that relationship, like I can kind of like smile about it now, but I'm not really smiling inside. I just have like a happy moment through all that BS, you know? So he really made me learn, like really made me learn like the difference between a good relationship and a bad relationship. Like, holy cow. Oh, better finish this slice, you know? So you live and you learn, my friends. But yeah, that was just like a really funny moment during like all the chaos. And like soon after, we ended up getting back together, and he just saw that like my DJ kind of was almost like my inspiration, and would create a little bit of a border between him completely controlling me. So his freaking goal was to get rid of my equipment. Like when I look back, I just remember like his goal was to get rid of my equipment. Like I would practice, he'd be like, you suck, or like you're not good, like why are you trying, like why don't you do something like girls do? And I was like, the hell, like who says that? But I was like so in love. Like obviously I'd just be like, okay, like this person's, I'm in a relationship with him, like he loves me, like this must be true, you know, like what he's saying must be true. No. And if you're in an abusive relationship, I just want to say to you that I love you, and that you don't need to, you know, you don't need someone to validate who you are as a human being. Like you don't need someone to tell you that you can make it in life. The only person you need is you, and any problems or issues that you're going through, as long as you can recognize them, or you try to recognize them, you will become better. And I'm speaking from experiences. Like I'm still becoming a better person. Like I don't have it all together, but I try my best, and I try to learn from every situation that I'm in. All we really need is love. All we really need is positivity, and all we really need is to just believe in ourselves. Okay, guys, like no matter what situation you're in, you know, just know that you're better than that, and that you can do anything and be anything that you want to be, and just don't let someone else bring you down, okay? That's all. I love you, and just don't allow it. Okay, I'm gonna take a bite of this. Also, I really do love crust, but only when I'm having like 2 slices, you know? When I'm having multiple slices, I'll stop eating the crust and I'll cut, like I'll just eat this part, or I'll have like a slice or 2 and I'll just eat the crust after. So yeah, sorry, this is how I eat. I don't know why people who don't like how I eat watch me. Like, I don't get it. They're just like, even though I hate how she eats, I'm gonna go on her video, watch her video, and tell her how much I hate how she eats. Like, I don't get it. But yes, guys, of course, if you want the coldest water bottle, this thing is bomb. It's really helped me lose a lot of weight because I always have cold water just laying around the house. But yeah, other than that, guys, you know, remember to love yourself, and we all go through hard times, but you know how that saying goes, like, tough times don't last, but tough people do. So yeah, and just remember to always have self-worth and never allow someone to drag you down. And that's about it. Until next time.